What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dyllan and welcome back to another video. Today I have something a little bit different from what you're used to seeing, and that is a review of Call of Duty World War II. So I just want to start off by giving you a little bit of a background as to my time playing the franchise over the years. I've been playing Call of Duty now for at least over a decade. I've got a huge passion for the franchise. The first Call of Duty game I ever played, I'm pretty sure, was Call of Duty Finest Hour, and it still remains my favourite Call of Duty to this day. I've played every other COD game that is, and I love the series to bits, but like I said, somewhere down the line the series started to drift off and they started to go all crazy with jetpacks and wall running, so I started to move over to other games like Destiny and Destiny 2. However, I have still bought and played all of the recent Call of Duties like Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. I've still bought them all and played them all, but I just haven't grinded them like I used to. So with that being said, let's start it off with the campaign. Now, the campaign for me was awesome, going back to a realistic setting. Makes everything seem so realistic. That combined with the graphics and the sound design of the game, it makes for an amazing experience. And also, like I said, whoever worked on the sound design and the graphics of this game, they've done an absolutely amazing job and they deserve to be praised. Like, honestly, it's on a whole nother level. From what I have seen in plenty of other games, it's definitely up there with modern games, so just wanted to say that as well. The characters in the game have so much personality, especially when you compare it to previous COD games, mainly Black Ops 3, at least in my opinion. I really like the idea as well of going back to the medkit system for the campaign. It makes you feel more fragile, like you're an actual soldier on the battlefield. Also, it can be very brutal when you are playing on the harder difficulties, mainly veteran and hardened. You have to sort of manage your health kits a lot more, and it's definitely adds an extra challenge. The collectibles in the game as well are much better, in my opinion. If you compare it to some of the older Call of Duties like Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered or COD 4 or World at War, anything like that, the collectibles didn't really do anything, but in this game they offer like additional story and lore to the game, which I think is a really nice addition. The overall length of the campaign is 11 missions, and it took me about 6 hours to complete on regular difficulty. I'm actually currently working on my veteran difficulty as well. I'm on the 3rd mission. One thing I will say is it's absolutely brutal. As I said before, managing your health kits and ammo can be a real challenge. Also, one of the changes that they did to the veteran version was you don't actually get hit markers anymore. So you don't actually know if you're hitting the enemy or not, and you don't know if you've actually killed the enemy. So that in itself offers a huge challenge just from that. Like, you have no sort of sense of hit detection. So definitely make sure you take your time, slow pace, as it can definitely get pretty hectic pretty quick. Overall, I'm really happy with my campaign experience. It offered me enough variety in terms of mission design, like driving vehicles, stealth missions, and for the sake of spoilers, I'm just going to stop that there. Moving on to the multiplayer, what else is there to say other than that it has gone back to boots on the ground? I'm so happy that COD has finally returned to what made the franchise feel so great in the first place, and I am so far absolutely loving the multiplayer. It feels and runs great. The headquarters is one of the new additions to COD, and honestly, as a hardcore Destiny player, I'd say it is a much better social space than the tower in Destiny 1 and 2 combined. There's plenty to do in the headquarters. You can go to a shooting range, test out your loadouts, you can test your kill streaks as well. Basically, there's like a kill streak tower on the left hand side of the beach. You can go see how they function in combat, get used to them, how they all work. There's bounties and challenges that you can pick up. There's a theatre, there's a 1v1 arena, there's an emblem creator, there's a gunsmith to prestige weapons and create camos, which is coming soon. And the list just goes on. There's just so much to do in the headquarters. It's just, in my opinion, it's just so much better. Some other features that I like as well, in terms of multiplayer, coming from a Destiny player, is having a ranked multiplayer at launch, which is starting in December. Honestly, this, just to know that they're supporting the competitive community straight away is just so nice to know that they're actually obviously back in the competitive community. So definitely a huge benefit. We've got a game battles game mode as well, where you can go and compete in like online tournaments again for the competitive community, which is absolutely huge. Custom games, are back in full effect. Offer pretty much endless customization in terms of you can go in, you can practice against bots, you can host a private competitive match, or you can just simply mess around with some friends and have a good time, whichever one you want to do. With the addition of the divisions as well, you can actually level these up and prestige them also. For me, I actually found this really interesting, that each division has its own like sort of unique perks to it. So far I'm really enjoying the infantry division. I've been using the BAR rifle. Absolutely amazing, absolutely love it. So definitely that's the one weapon I would recommend using. It absolutely shreds. Currently I'm actually Prestige 1, bearing in mind I didn't play it till like a week after release. But so far I'm absolutely loving the multiplayer. If you are a fan of the older Call of Duties, you know, the boots on the ground ones, I would definitely recommend World War II just for its multiplayer alone. The next thing I'm going to touch on is the supply drops. I do want to quickly just touch on these because I know it is a little bit of a touchy subject. Currently they are cosmetic only, and for me personally I hope they stay that way. However, fingers crossed, I don't know what will happen. Hopefully they do not do like stupid crazy weapon variants that are miles better than the standard weapons. Fingers crossed they will stay cosmetic only. Last but not least, we have zombies, and the first thing I will say is Call of Duty World at War Zombies for me is and has been the best zombies experience I have had. I know a lot of people, you know, loved all of the other zombies in all of the more recent Call of Duties, but I could just never get into them for some weird, stupid reason. I don't know. I'm a strange person. I'm sorry. But the first thing I will say is that I actually love zombies in World War II. They've changed it up like significantly enough to where it's actually really fun. And it's actually quite scary with how the zombies look now. One of the examples that might be in this video, hopefully, I'm actually only playing the prologue as well as for the gameplay. I don't want to actually spoil any of the actual proper zombies map for, you know, to reduce the spoilers to as minimum as possible. But at times, say if you're looking in one direction and the zombie's right behind you and you happen to turn around, they'll sort of do like a weird like noise sort of thing that'll sort of like make you jump at times. So that's definitely another really nice change that I like. Also, I like the addition as well of the Easter eggs again. I know a lot of the zombie players, that's the main thing as to why a lot of people love zombies so much, is for trying to find out all the new Easter eggs. So definitely I like the idea of that as well. The little mission sort of stuff as well you can do in it is really cool. However, I've only managed to get like halfway through because I'm not exactly the best zombies player ever. However, I also like that they did add the supers into the game as well. The one I like to use is where you get like infinite ammo for a certain amount of time. I don't know how long it is, but it's just insane, especially when you got like an MG42 with just a bottomless mag for like a minute straight. It's just absolutely crazy and it feels awesome. It just makes you feel more unique compared to the other people that you're playing with, especially when everyone's popping them all at once and you just feel like you just feel like a team of gods in a sense. That's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say on zombies because, again, I'm not the biggest zombie player ever, but from what I've played so far, I think the highest wave I've got to is like 26. I know it's not fantastic, but that's pretty decent for a zombie pleb like me. So all in all, I love World War II. I'm happy COD, like I said, has returned to boots on the ground to a realistic setting. I probably left loads of things out of this review that are key points that people wanted me to talk about, but again, I'm doing this off the top of my head, so sorry about that. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully I've changed a few people's minds into actually getting this game again and getting back into COD. And yeah, peace.